Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review, and there's another paid request from Edward, who wanted my thoughts on another South Park episode. And if anyone wants to request pretty much any type of videos, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. It might take a while for me to get to it, but I promise I will. Now, the previous time I talked about South Park was episode 7, Pink Eye, which, even though I'm not a big South Park fan, and I like the movie, but not so much the show. I did like the Pink Eye episode because it was their Halloween episode. You had zombies, you had chainsaw fun. For the most part, the jokes were centered on the characters and the situation at hand, and there were some moments that did make me laugh out loud. So far in season one, I do think that is easily the best episode. And this one wasn't too bad either. I would think of the first 8 episodes, I think this is the second best episode. Not as good as Pink Eye, but once again, didn't get mad with this one. Did not get mad with this episode, to be fair. Pretty much to set up the kids are watching TV. One of those programs about the starving Ethiopians. They decided to do it not for the kid, but to get the stopwatch. Get the sport watch. And there's certain jokes I go, what? For example, the teacher's talking about a canned food drive. You know what that is? You mean when you cut stomach open to get a baby out? Again, that type of joke, no, I wasn't offended by it. It just seemed out of the blue. I mean, if the person said, what's a canned food drive? That's when you take a cat and mate it with a dog? Or that's when you fly to Jupiter? Or that's when you get in Uranus? I mean, just so random that maybe that's what's supposed to be funny about. But I'm a cesarean C-section. What is that? How is that similar to a canned food drive? It just seems it's so out of the blue, so that makes it funny. No, it just seemed out of the blue. So oh great. But then you have like the goofy subplot where it's around Thanksgiving because this is after the Halloween episode. So the Marlon Brando wannabe Island of Dr. Moreau experimented on turkeys. So now the turkeys are loose and attacking. And that's just such a goofy image that you at least get some smirks. Because it is just so goofy and stupid. And still better than Thanksgiving. And then once they get Starvin Marvin, they don't really make fun of the kid, which is actually surprising. In fact, he starts doing these clicking sounds. They go, wow, that's really cool. How did you do that? And I actually like what they did with the story where they're actually impressed and they want to show him off as they do want to be almost parents to this kid. Mom, we found Ethiopian. Can we keep him? And again, Cartman a lot of times steals the episode. Just the way that voice is. I don't know what it is with that voice, but that voice is usually funny. I don't know what it is. It's just so unique. I can't think of many other characters that have a voice like Cartman does, especially when he's yelling, "Nah, that's a bad Starvin Marvin. That's Kenny's cream corn." And Cartman gets his just desserts because when the people come to take Marvin out, they he points to Cartman and Cartman just take it over there. Meanwhile, with the turkey stuff, like Chef Isaac Hayes does his Braveheart moment. He's looking like Mel Gibson, half of his face painted, does the speech. And then the kicker is that it goes right to the turkey and does the exact same thing, only in his turkey language. And he's also painted, half his face painted. And you don't hear him, this is a turkey, but they play the same music again, and you get the idea that he's saying the exact same lines. That I thought was rather clever. They repeat the same fucking thing, only from the turkey side of it. So again, the goofiness of the whole turkey stuff, Sorry, I'm pausing because it's kind of weird. They actually portray, with how shocking they usually are, they actually portray I mean, the fact that he's called Starvin Marvin, I guess, really is the most offensive part. Which, if that's the most offensive part, that's pretty light for this show. I just like the fact that the kids thought this kid was cool, and they wanted to keep him, and they wanted to show him off in class, and they seem impressed with him. They just seem different. It wasn't what I expected, and that was kind of a pleasant surprise. Like I said, the whole turkey battle thing is just so silly that it's a bit funny. And like I said, it's still better than that piece of shit movie called Thanksgiving 1 or 3. What about 2? Because they were so clever. Hey, we don't have a 2. We just go to 3, and that's the point. No, you fucking suck. That's your point. But this wasn't too bad. I will say, though, when Carmen's in the other country, I just sit there and go, who the fuck is Sally Struthers? And I had to look her up. I believe she's the daughter in All the Family. Because I think the kid said, oh, it's the daughter from Full House. I'm like, what? I thought that's what they said, but I think she's the daughter from All in the Family. You know, Archie Bunker. Carol Connor, I believe that's her. But I'm sitting there like, these weird references that... How many people don't fucking get who the hell Sally Struthers happens to be? And the joke is that she's fat and she ate all this stuff, and that's why the Ethiopians are starving. And Carmen finds it, and... Okay. Did they just hate... Like, do they hate Sally Struthers? Did she do something to piss them off? I don't fucking know. See, that's the thing with South Park I don't really care about. It's just... John Stamos' brother, fuck him. Okay, what did he do to you? Sally Struthers, fuck... I mean, what did she do to you? Did she do... Am I missing something here? Is some story that I'm missing? And that's the thing, is like, I'm more confused and wondering about what the story behind this choice is, rather than, oh, I'm into your plot or your characters or your humor or I find it funny. I'm more like, who the hell is Sally Struthers? Oh, that's who Sally Struthers is. Okay, well, did she do something to piss these guys off? Did she do something in general to piss the public off at this time or years before? I don't know. And now I'm taken out of the episode, and they do that a lot in South Park. Like the one thing I did not like in the previous episode, the Halloween Pink Guy, here, Kenny won for his portrayal of Edward James Olmos, and he looks like a zombie. I'm like, is Edward James Olmos looking like a zombie? I mean, is that the joke? Am I not understanding something? That's what I mean, it's just confusing. So I don't really like that part of South Park. Just my opinion. But again, compared to the other episodes, I do think the previous one is the best one. This one wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. So... At least with the Marlon Brando wannabe, like, it is Marlon Brando, and because it's him and this little guy, I recognize it as the island of Dr. Moreau and that movie and how weird that movie is. At least as a visual reference, that makes a bit more sense, and that's something you could easily relate to a previous, in this case, movie. But then, like, Sally Struthers, I just kind of go, I guess that's a joke, or I guess there's something to that. I don't know. If someone wants to explain in the comments, feel free. But other than that, again, I don't talk about the animation, because the animation is, that paper. It's the same pretty much animation each time. There's really nothing of note to talk about. Same with the music. There's really nothing in the music that sticks out, but there's nothing in the music that's bad either. So it's mainly about the story and the humor. And this wasn't too bad. So with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.